Approaching a minute gone by here in the first. Raiders bring it in, long shot, snared and held. And to take the draw for the Raiders against Summers of the Buzzers, and Spence wins the draw. Couple of Spences out there. Craig Spence, number 12, and Grant Spence, number 17. Buzzers trying to escape the corner with it. Trying to play it free there is Ian Devlin. Brad Summers got knocked down. Long shot spun towards the goal, and Labora covers up again.
And who got suspended as well in their last contest.
Raiders win the draw, spinning and throwing it towards the goal, and Sebastian Labora is Julio of the Buzzers. Fighting for it, and the Buzzers will come away with it. Here's Kobe Desmond. Trying to hit his man with a stretch pass. It hit a body, but the Raiders still able to get it in deep. And Labora is going to throw that right mid on top of that one. 152 gone. That was in March of 2018. Nick Anero plays it off the boards. Trying to get it to Kobe Desmond. He'll get it ahead for him. It poke checked away, and two Raiders bringing it over the line. Here's Brown dropping it back for Paul. Justin Paul with a shot. Labora got just enough. Now he's throwing it towards the net is Spence, and Sebastian Labora perfect. So
AA D1 next season.
Raiders control the draw. They just keep that one in, and a long shot. Sebastian Labora has been busy early. James Gibbons of the Buzzers. Gibbons able to get the draw. Lowrick plays it across. Here comes Tyler Basillo, passes over here at St. Michael. That one's rolled into the Buzzers' end. Labora leaves it there for Ian Devlin. Devlin out there with Ben Lowrick. Defense from the Raiders to center. Flipping it in. Evan Tanos gets as much as he can on it. One back to the point. Loft plays it across. Shot through a crowd, hit a stick. Loft with it again. Loft throws it towards the net off the knob of the stick of Sebastian Labora. Went wide. Raiders pick it up in the face-off circle. Now they steal it again, and a shot blocked nicely by Summers. Behind the net for Justin Paul. Throws it in front. It's going to end up on the stick of Thomas Sinclair, and he'll flip it. Raiders play it ahead. Here's Justin Paul. Left-handed shot. Wide of the blocker side of Sebastian Labora. Played around the boards by Lowrick. Buzzers generating some pretty decent offense from this. I guess you'd call it the fourth line. There's a shot up high. Stopped by Labora. He'll throw his mid on top. To center. Pass off for Hazel. Spencer Hazel threw it towards the net, and the Buzzers steered it to safety. Claude chips his man into the boards. Here's Paolucci, and they'll get it past the blue line. It was blocked, and here's a pass for Paul. Paul's in alone on Labora. Justin Paul scores. Justin Paul slides. Pass across, and two Raiders bring it in. Trying to drop it back there. Now it's played in behind the goal. Around the boards, Buzzers pick it off. And with Torchia in goal at the other end, you never know how many he's going to allow. So you don't want to let this thing get out of hand early. Played in behind the net. Labora leaves it there for Ben Lowrick. Lowrick's pass up the middle, broken here for the Raiders. Played in by Brown. He throws it into the face-off circle, but Kennedy flips it in. Fawcett got knocked down behind the net. Raiders with it behind the goal. Comes into the slot. Loft has it roll off his stick. Raiders bounce it out. Just staying on side. Throwing it in front. Buzzers able to tie up the stick there of Fawcett. 6 bodies go in there to scoop it up. 3 aside, and Ryan Alexander. Raiders flip it in on Labora, and he's not going to take any chances with that. He'll cover up with. Raiders come away with it off the draw. Here's Russell. Shot hit the stick of Ryan Alexander. Finn Brown took a swing at it. Couldn't get it out. Another chance to clear. They don't. Goes back into the slot. McRory with a shot. Labora makes the save and covers up. Toronto Patriots 1-0. And Mississauga's 0-0 with Wellington. Also, we have Trenton leading Stouffville 1-0. Buffalo and Milton, nothing on the board. Brantford Aurora, nothing on the board. Pickering Collingwood, 0-0. Whitby Burlington, 0-0. And Coburg Lindsay just about to get underway. Busy Friday night, but not as busy for the Buzzers division rival. Blue line flips it in. Tanos battling with his man behind the net. Able to come away with it there. Here's Basillo. 108 penalty minutes was that 3 weeks ago tonight? The Buzzers and the Trenton Golden Hawks last Thursday night combined up without a call.
It would have been nice to get a 5-on-3 opportunity there, but ref missed that one.
Yeah, they had a few of those against the Canadians too. Flipped ahead, Hazel picks it off one-on-one with Lowrick, slaps it off the blocker of Labora, and then unfortunately on it and flip it right back out. Ian Devlin is, and they continue to lead 1-0. Here's Spence with a shot. Off a body, went wide. Play to the corner for Spence again. Behind the net for Paul, the goal scorer. Chipped free by Baudouin. Now it comes a free for Marcelletti, but the kill can change the momentum. Flipped over top of the net by the Raiders. See how the Buzzers close in the final 3 minutes of the period. There's a shot up high. Labora handles it. Goaltending continuing to be a bit of an issue, but now the Raiders bring it in. Here's Lowe. Nolan Lowe backhanded it wide. Played behind the goal. Here's Graham McRory, number 14. He got knocked down. Raiders wanted a call there. Spence plays it in. Labora leaves it there for Devlin. 2 minutes on the clock. 2 goals for the Raiders on the scoreboard. Chip pass. Here's Russell. Russell up the middle. Shot right on. Stopped by Labora. He's down. No whistle. And now he finally is able to cover up and get a whistle. 1:44 left in the period. Here comes Paul. Already 2 in the period, down behind the net. Here's Anero playing it ahead. Ryan Alexander will be next. Tano skates it out for the Buzzers. On the stick of Paul, and he backhands it in. Buzzers start out with Lowrick. Attempt, they'll get it all the way down. Labora leaves it there. Lowrick for Martinez with his 6th goal of the season and his 13th point. The Buzzers needed that one. Work still to do, though. Raiders looking for it behind the net. The Raiders are now 2 for 2 on the penalty kill. They just couldn't get that 5th man into the action before the Buzzers were able to bury one. That's what happens when a guy comes out of the box and they call for him to go to the bench. There's an extra 5 or 6 seconds. Justin Paul, 2 goals on the night. Pass in front. Oh my goodness, what a stop.
What a stop by
Labora. That puck was in.
Labora makes a huge save there. It's Justin Paul.
Here's Strachan dropping it back. Pass in front. Broken up again. Buzzers trying to set up a 2-on-1. Going into the boards hard there was Ryan Alexander. Raiders throw it towards the net and a pad save. Alexander skating a little slow, but seems to be all right after going feet first into the net. Now he gets knocked down twice. Rough shift for number 13. It comes back to the point. Shot from a bad angle wide of Labora's goal. Trying to wrap it around was McRory. Scooping it up and playing it to the point, but not out was Lowrick. Strachan let it go. Now it ends up on the stick of Nolan Lowe. Some good pressure by dropping it back. Buzzers a little slow on the change. Kandata shot right on. It's underneath Labora. It's still free. No whistle from the official, and now the whistle goes because the net comes off. Trying to stay on side. Gets it to Paul. Down behind the goal. And the skate out there is Jaden Lowe. Martino pressuring his man, but another shot. Labora stops it and covers up.
Second period here.
Georgetown win the draw. A long shot through a crowd. Labora steers that one to the netting. 13:52 left in the second. His blocker side. Of course, Buzzers with a game tomorrow night in Mississauga, so possible opportunity for Oscar Carsley, who could use another game after a rough one at the Patriots a couple weeks back. Raiders look like they might have been a hair offside there, but puck ends up behind the Buzzers' net. Trying to flip it in front, backhanded wide by Eric Russell. Pass into the slot. Left pad save from Labora. I don't think McRory got everything he wanted to on that one. Ends up at center. Russell trying to get it in deep. It'll get it to Lowe. Noah Lowe. Shot off the blocker of Labora. Labora spins away from his man, throws it towards the net. And Labora will throw that right hand on top of it and cover up. Fawcett plays it across, pass in front, looking for Hazel. Another chance, backhanded over top of the net. Paul was looking for that one. Now they try to work it around for Kennedy, but it's scooped up by Tanos. Evan Tanos for St. Michael's, pass ahead. That's picked off by Fawcett. And Labora is going to make the save, and it ends up out of play. Raiders chip it in for Eric Russell. With 10.5 to go here in period number 2. Lowrick plays it for center, past the blue line. Long shot wide of the blocker's side. Sebastian Labora. Trying to work it around. Paul's moving towards the goal. Got to always know where 25 is. And Labora is going to cover up before Paul can get to a rebound. Raiders win the draw. Letting it go there was Rutledge. That went wide. Skating this one ahead is Hazel trying to get it to Kennedy. It comes across for Fawcett. Couldn't handle it. About 8.5 to go here in the second period. Comes in and wins the draw. Long shot through a crowd, went wide. Kobe Desmond. Couple players got tied up there. Now it's thrown in front. Scooped up again. Here's Kandata. Down behind the goal. Chipped ahead. Alexander tried to poke it to safety, but ends up on the stick of McRory. Calling for the pass there was Craig Spence. They couldn't get him the puck. Pass ahead for Nolan Lowe. Tanos trying to come up with it. Now the Buzzers play. Rolls it in. Chipped in deep. Now thrown back into the slot. Spence plays it across. Shot. Ooh, that may have grazed the post. Desmond. Graham McRory, left-handed shot. Long blast that went wide. Scooping it up is Joshua Fawcett. Trying to get it to Fawcett again. Spence on the point. Broken up again. Long pressure in the Buzzers' own end, and Labora will finally cover up and get some fresh bodies out there. Gets it up ahead for Kennedy. Dropping it back. Shot up high. Labora's got it. And he makes a save on Spencer Hazel and covers up. Chip down behind the net. Grant Spence looking for it. 2:47 left on the second period clock. 2 first period goals from Justin Paul. Long shot through a crowd. That was stopped by Labora. I'm not sure he saw it till the last second. Paul looking for it behind the net. Again, he's got both Georgetown goals. Brad Summers for the Buzzers. Long shot. Labora, another save. Another late whistle, and he covers that one up with 2. Torchia, the way he's looked tonight, but they're going to have to at least get a second. Long shot through a crowd, and Labora won't take any chances. He'll cover up. Raiders win the draw, just keeping it in. Long shot, stopped by Labora. Labora holding his team in the game. Probably been the best Buzzer on the ice. Here's Fawcett, left-handed shot. Playing it behind the net, a minute and a half to go here in the second. Raiders play it behind the net. Lowrick on it, now it's scooped up. Buzzers bring Hernandez, plays it in. He'll stay in play. Devlin trying to get it to Baudouin. We go under 1 minute left in the second. Sinclair got knocked with a high stick there, no penalty. 49 seconds, Ian Devlin starts out for St. Michael's. Trying to get away from Evan Tanos. Ends up on Ben Lowrick's stick, just 11 seconds left in the period. Maybe one last rush here. Buzzers try not to do anything silly. Pass in front. Paul. Oh, great stop by Labora. Sebastian Labora might have just single-handedly kept the Buzzers alive in this game. Georgetown, now it's rolled in by the Raiders. Tanos trying to get onto the stick of one of the Alexanders. It's scooped up and Hazel's shot was blocked. Caught out there with on the inability to change. Justin Paul hit the outside of the post. He's looking for that hat trick. Justin Paul off the boards trying to play it to himself, but rolls in on Sebastian Labora, who covers up. Corey trying to come up with it. Raiders on it, but overskating it there was low. Now it's spun back to the point. Long drive, that went wide. Beaudoin pressuring McRory. Now Lowe plays it, trying to get it in deeper, and he'll get it in behind the Buzzers net. Here's Ian Devlin. They're going to roll it into the zone. Tanos is going to battle in there with Brendan Kennedy. Raiders take it away at the blue line and flip it right back in. Starting at his Nick Anero, number 5 for St. Michael's. Set up an opportunity, and here's Paul. 2 goals in the game, drops it back. Driving the net, blocked. Paul hit the outside of the post again. He's found that iron twice here in the third period. He could have 5 or 6 goals tonight. Here's Evan Tanos behind the net. Spence with a shot, that was blocked. Paul backhands it in, long shift for him. And that puck goes off. A lot of contact there. Pass in front, Paul. Good blocker saved by Labora. Play on, say the officials. Scrummed into the corner. Low. Battling with Summers in there. Paul comes out of the corner with it. Martino. He couldn't. Here's Paul bringing it in. His players with him. It's broken up by Summers. 13.5 to go in the third. Here's Reese. Wesley Reese with a shot. Wide of the blocker side of Labora. Raiders play it in. Labora backhands it around the boards. Martino trying to get to it. It's going to come into the slot, and the Raiders at 2. And which one, if either, of these goalies is going to blink next? There's a shot up high, stopped by Labora. Loft through a crowd. The way this game's gone at times, the Buzzers have to be happy with a tie game. Here's Hazel playing it in. Raiders showing a little bit of momentum here after the goal. They've had the puck in the Buzzers' end. Here's Brown going for escape behind the net. Buzzers can't relax now. Here's Gibbons behind the net. Just over 9 minutes to go in the third. They couldn't get it out deep, though. Here's Brown. Ryan Brown played up high in the air. Sutherland knocked it down. Looked like it might have been with a high stick, but play on again, say the officials. Here's Lowrick for Desmond. 3 Raiders flip it out. Half minute to go on the power play. Labora leaves it for Ryan Alexander. Ryan Alexander, opportunities here on the power play for St. Michael's. That one's out of play with just 7 seconds left on the kill. Here's Spence playing it in for the Raiders. Now Paul with it. Back to the point. Slap shot through a crowd. Went wide. Oh. Yeah, that is the first Buzzers penalty. Labora is down. He tried to cover it up. It came free. Under 5 minutes to go here in the third. Here's Grant Spence dropping it back. Here's Paul. Back to the point. Slap shot blocked by Lowrick. He felt that one. Labora shoves his man out of the crease. Long shot off a leg. Lowrick with 2 painful blows.
Important draw here.
Raiders win the faceoff. Kandata for Paul. Paul, left-handed shot. Back for Kandata, and he missed it. Big break for the penalty, half over to James Gibbons. Devlin in there battling. It's thrown in front. Kennedy trying to get it to McRory. He does behind the goal. Off for Paul. Both Georgetown goals. Left-handed shot. Trying not to give him a lane. Just 36 seconds left to kill. Here's Paul. Back to the point. Slapper through a crowd. Blocked by Basillo. Tyler Basillo. He felt that one. Fights through it. Paul. Down low. McRory. Throws it back to the point. Shot through a crowd. Deflected wide. 18 seconds to kill. Paul. Shot through a crowd. Went wide of the net. McRory. Pressured by Beaudoin. DiGiulio comes over to help out. Squirts past the blue line. Now Beaudoin with it. He's going to get it out and down the ice. 2 minutes to go. Good penalty kill from the Buzzers there. Here's Spence throwing it in front. Labora was down. The puck slid through him. Pass in front. Labora is down. And he's got it underneath him with 1:54 to go. Martellacci trying to stay with Brown. Raiders jar it free briefly, but Buzzers again unable. 55 seconds left on the Buzzers' 5th power play of the night. Brown, but it's broken up and played out. 28 seconds left on the power play. 2:45 left in what we'll call OT1. Flip it in. Now can they get something going? Thrown down behind the net. Broken up by Enero. Chipped up the boards. Now here are the Raiders. Here's Russell. Had it broken up. Summers for Lowrick. Around. Summers with it again. Lowrick behind the net for Martellacci. Craig Spence drops it back. Russell back for Spence. Labora was down. Defended the side of the net. 50 seconds left in overtime. Just staying on side with Kennedy with him, and the shot missed the net. Hazel, just 7 seconds. One last chance. Looks like time's going to run out on them here. Kennedy fell down, and that will do it for bringing it to center. Rolls it into the Buzzers' end. It came off the boards, and Lauer gets it to safety, and a pass the other way. Paul brings it in. Pass across. Pass in front. Labora down, makes
save.
A nice stop.
Big save by Labora there.
Raiders bring it ahead. 3:45. McRory. Shot right on. Labora makes the save, and it rolls back into him, and he covers up. 3:41 left. Maybe you throw Justin Paul in there, but
it'd probably be exactly as it would be written. The 2 goalies and Justin Paul, as he's easily been the best skater on the ice.
Yeah, we'll see how the official scorer decides to. 2-on-1, and they're offside. Spence. Kennedy brings it in. Got around one man, trying to drive the net. Penalty coming to the Buzzers. 2:53 on the clock. But in the ref's opinion, Summers got a little too much of him as he made his way to the defenseman. Lauer fighting for it.
Taken to the ice there.
Of course, if the comes into the slot, McRory's pass across for Paul. If the penalty ends while the play's ongoing, we'll go back to 4-on-4 till a whistle. Paul with it. Pass across into the slot, down low. Pass in front, Paul. What did that hit? Did Labora get a piece of that, or was it blocked? It's out of draw. Won by the Raiders. That was a David and Goliath face-off there, and Goliath won. Now a pass into the slot. Kandata shot right on, stopped by Labora, and he covers up.
Best threats given with the suspensions?
Buzzers have their timeout if they so choose. You don't want to give this Georgetown power play too much breath, but if you get tired, you might need it. Here's Paul walking in. Shot was blocked. Nice play by Kandata for Paul. Paul back for Kandata. 22 seconds in the power play. 1:10 left in overtime. Paul on the point. 2 goals in the game. Cross. Kandata. Pass across. Nice play to break it up by Ian Devlin. Penalty just about to expire. McRory. Kandata. McRory. Pass in front. Right on. Buzzers trying to get back. Raiders just stay on side. Buzzers break it up again. Chance at a 3-on. Back and forth we go. 20 seconds left. Shot towards the goal. Labora's down. Throws the mid on top. Raiders win the draw. Spence. Shot blocked. Labora's down. Ooh, he couldn't find it. Almost rolled in behind him. Just 8 seconds left. Here's Spence again. Shot up high. Labora's down.
Goaltenders in this one, and Labora did get his first OJHL shutout this year, but I think this was probably his best performance this season I've seen, at least.